to our weekly live call, and today we are doing a live coaching call. So Lauren, would you just give about a 1-minute bio on yourself so everybody can meet you?
Sure. Yes. So I'm a certified health coach through IIN, and I work as a manager of health coaches, and I also have my own business with private clients, and I'm also building this empire, as you call it, for workshops and group detoxes.
Oh, that is so amazing. And I'm Lori Kampa. I'm a health coach, mindset coach, a yoga instructor, and business coach. And I am just so happy that you are here. If you're on Facebook, we are a little bit more interactive on the Zoom, so you can find the link under events. Otherwise, I will be checking on Facebook every now and then to see your comments. So we are going to be doing just some live coaching calls during these weekly lives. So if that's something that you have a question that you want answered or you want just to brainstorm workshop, please let me know and we can see if that's going to work out for you. So Lauren was gracious. I said, we have one other question that came in via a Facebook post. So I'm just going to answer this one first, and then we'll go into Lauren's question. And it kind of goes in the whole theme of wellness workshops and promoting your group programs. So Joanne Thomas, I don't know if you're on live with us right now, but she asked, when you host a wellness workshop, do you create the event on your business Facebook page and invite people to that private Facebook group during the webinar, or do you host it in the private group so only people in that group can attend? And sometimes we get questions on Facebook or messages that it's just easier just to explain. So what I suggest in Workshops and Academy and for health coaches, that when we have a wellness workshop, that we put it in our Facebook page, the business page. And we also, if you have a group, to also do the event in the Facebook group. So you have double promotion. I also suggest many other things depending on if it's a webinar or if it's in person, but you can do Eventbrite, you can do Nextdoor. There's a lot of different other ways to do some free promotion. And then of course, social media to get people there. But when you are doing the wellness workshop, I love doing it with Zoom so that people are going to come and to a landing page to give you their email address and their first name. Or if you do it with Zoom, they just have like a free, easy way to just have first name, email address, and they are signed up. So that way, if they don't show up live, because only about 33% research says show up live, you have their email address to build your list. You can send them the replay. Then stream it live. You can stream it live on your Facebook page and your Facebook group. But if your intention is to grow your Facebook group, then what I like to do is on my landing page, they join, they sign up for the webinar, and then the thank you page, I say, join my Facebook group. So then you're doing two things, but you don't want to have two actions right away. You want them to say, yes, I'm going to sign up for the webinar. That's going to be action one, and it's done. The second thing is you email them, and then also on your thank you page that you're going to grow the Facebook group. I love that Zoom lets you go here and then you can stream somewhere else. So you might as well take advantage of that and stream someplace else. So Joanne, let me know if that answered your question. And if anybody has questions, let me know. You can always come into the Q&A or just the chat at any time and let me know. So, and I just want to see, like Renee is saying that she has a group program. I know Stephanie, you are having a group program as well. Isla was hoping to have one soon. So there's a lot of great people here. And if you want to have the chat to everybody, just say to all panelists and attendees. Otherwise, it's just going to go to Laura and I. So, but you can share it with everybody, or else we can share it here as well. So Lauren, will you just tell us a little bit about what you're working on and what you would like to discuss today?
Sure. So I have already done the 5-day detox done, both in March and April. And I'm working on getting out a summer 5-day detox program. I have postponed the dates a few times. And kind of landed, I say kind of, I guess that's the operative word here, on July 12th, which we discussed, which was after the 4th of July holiday, since I think it lands on a Sunday. So it is a kind of a weird week. So this time I have created a webinar for it that includes a sales page as well. And currently I'm working on just trying to get more followers and people on the list.
And are you questioning those dates right now?
Well, I am, because
I heard the kind of.
Yes, the kind of, because I had hired somebody and I had a tech glitch for the last 2 weeks, but somebody who's on my Instagram trying to help me build my list. So I committed to that, which is good. I'm, slowly, she just started this week. So I guess my question is, do I, really work on this list building action, and knowing that I could be ready to go for this detox if it was summer or if it was fall. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I can make it happen either way. But the first round was nice because it was people I knew, people I've worked with before. And then when I promoted it a second time, it wasn't as easy and I didn't have the list. So now that I have a system in place to try to build this list, which is everybody's barrier, then, do I focus on that? Because now I have my webinar ready to go. I know I can sell it, or not sell it, but I know I could promote it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lauren, how many, just let's talk numbers for a minute. How many people were on your first round of detox, second round, and then how many people are on your email list right now?
So the first round, I had 10 paying clients, and then I literally did it probably like 2 weeks later. So I had 4, but I raised the price. But they were 4 committed people. And then I also moved everyone from their private Facebook group into a Facebook group that I created. So I don't even I have technically a business Facebook page, but I don't use it.
Okay.
I've been using this private Facebook group and promoting it also on Instagram. So I've gotten a couple more people asking to join that I don't know, that must have seen me on Instagram. Okay, that was there, right? I answered the questions, 10 and 4. And on my list, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think it's over 100?
I would say, well, I can give you 2 answers. The reason is I have subscribers that are probably under 100. And then I have a list that has way over 100 of people that I've worked with in the past that I have gently nudged for a free challenge. And I've actually got some people from it. I tell them, please, let me know, don't email you again. But they're not technically on my list.
Okay. Okay. So great. Thank you. So yeah, I see why you're thinking, okay, should I keep these dates or not? So, and I'm going to look over here because this is where my yearly calendar is. So if you do it July 12th, are you thinking that you would do your promotional, or when would you do your promotional webinars?
Well, it would start, according to the calendar I created, it would start next week that I would start to promote it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next Monday. Monday.
Yeah. So that's what I was just thinking, like, okay, it would be nice to have another, like at least 2 weeks in there. Would you have a secondary date that's still for summer?
Yeah. I mean, listen, summer summer lasts a little longer. So I feel like I have flexibility there. And like I said, like now I have some other options to build the list that I can still do challenges maybe for free right now. And if it means that I just move into fall, that's okay too. But I'm on this path of building this list.
Yeah, I would still encourage you to do a summer so that you say, hey, I'm doing these online group programs 4 times a year. What I like to do also is add in a payment that they can book all 4 every year, just in one payment, so that you know, oh, I got 10 people every detox going into it. So they would get like 10% off, different things like that. But also letting them know why it's important to detox every season and why we want to eat different types of food in the summer versus the winter, and that the recipes that you have change and different things like that. So I would still encourage you to do the summer. I love that you have somebody helping you with Instagram to help with the followers. And what you just said is, having a challenge would be amazing to do, a 3 to 5 day challenge. And then lead them into your promotional webinars to do maybe 2, maybe even 3 promotional webinars. It's the exact same thing that you're doing. And you would do it maybe that Tuesday, and then that Wednesday, and then maybe on a Saturday. So something, like a surprise 3rd one. It doesn't have to be published, just to see like, okay, yeah, I think I still need to have some more. But what I really hate is when I see people taking all this work to do a group, and then you only have a handful of people show up, right? We want to keep growing it. And we all know that business is not like this, right? It's like this. And so we are absolutely like the 2nd round. That's okay because you learn. You're like, oh, the 1st round, that were my people. And now I was going out for some new people. So it's okay. And don't ever let that get you discouraged. Just think of these as learning opportunities, because just like in health, you're going to have these. I still have them all the time, that we need to pick ourselves up. So if you were to choose a 2nd set of dates for your detox, knowing that you're going to do like a 3-day challenge, then do 2 to 3 webinars, then go into all your sales emails, promote the detox, and then having the detox.
Yeah. And as you're saying this, I'm even thinking like, towards the end of summer, maybe before, school, because, last chance or summer, I could do anything like that just to give me more time.
Yeah.
And, even thinking as it prepares you for the holidays, because once summer is done, the holidays are here. It's
well, and I sometimes like to do the fall one in November. And then I say that one is all about gearing up for all the holidays that are to come. Yeah. So think about also when you want to do, and then this winter one, January is the best month of the year. That's the best one. So, so thinking about, do you have any vacations of yourself or anything of the people that would follow you that they would not do a detox on a certain date?
Not for me, no, but I don't know for anybody else. I think it's an interesting time right now because we're literally in this transition of possibly going places. So it's really hard to tell, when they would go.
Yeah, and I think that needs to be addressed on your sales page as well. And I'm in Minnesota and things are completely opened up here. And everyone is like, oh my goodness, I need to lose the 10 pounds I had of COVID because now I'm in shorts. So that is like the word on the street here is that people are talking about their COVID weight and just their bad eating habits.
Yeah.
So we do need to talk about that in the sales page to say this is a wonderful time to reset, to get back out there, to take this time for yourself, to get rid of these bad habits that we may have accumulated. So if you were to pull out some dates, like what would feel good to you for the detox?
Yes, I am looking right now. I'm even like motivated by somebody who did my other detox and loved it, and it's her birthday in August. So I'm thinking, but I can't remember what the date is. Uh, it's something, I don't know. So I'm thinking like the 16th is what came to me that week of the
August.
16th.
Okay. So yeah, and it is nice to ask some of the people, like if it's her birthday, she's probably not going to want to do a detox that
Exactly.
but you know, we all know there's never going to be perfect dates for every single person.
Yes.
And sometimes I always do this. Like if somebody says those dates don't work, I always encourage them to sign up anyway. And then I will have them come into the Facebook group right away, but then just delay the emails for the dates that they're going to do it. But to say, hey, start making the meals now, but you don't have to do the full detox, but just start practicing and then you can participate with the group. So, okay, so if you do August 16th to August 20th for the detox, then let's see, then you would have do you want to do like your cart close on the 19th? The cart close is typical, research states it's best on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday.
Okay. Yes, it would probably be on Thursday.
Oh wait, see, August 12th actually.
Yes, you're right. You're right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. So the 26th of July is when the webinar would be introduced.
So let's see, if you have your cart close on the 12th, let's talk about do you want to do a webinar on the 10th and then 2 the week before? Like the 10th, the 5th, and the 3rd?
Yes, the 10th is when the webinar would happen.
And do you want to do one the week before as well?
Oh, I could do 2.
Yes, yeah. And so that when they sign up, they can choose which date works best in their schedule. And then for the people who sign up for the first one but don't show up, then you can say, we come to the second one, it's going to be on August 10th. So it gives another opportunity for people to do that. And also the second one is usually pushed a little bit more on social media, like when you're doing Facebook Lives and everything. And if you say, and if you missed my webinar last week, don't worry. I have you covered. We have another one coming up on August 10th. Come in live so that you can fully participate and get value out of that. And I always like people to know like that you will be introducing a program and opportunity for them, so they know, what it is. Most people understand when it's a free workshop that you're usually are going to be promoting an opportunity for them at the end. So if you do like August 10th and then maybe August 5th, does that sound good?
Yes. And I do have a question. Since you're saying to do 2 webinars, would you then not offer a replay? Because if that would get them to go to the webinar, and then would you do a replay for the second one only?
Yeah, so for the first one, I would suggest sending out an email saying, hey, you missed it, or sorry, you missed it, come to the second one. I would do that one first. Okay. But then you wouldn't want a replay page yet, because your thank you page could be an instant replay as well. So if you only did one, you could still say sign up for the instant access. So people sign up and then they could get the replay that way if you don't want to do 2 of them. But the research states that when people are on live, they are much more likely to actually buy the program than watching the replay, because most people do not watch the replay. So you just want to try to get that. And then when you're all done, then pick the best one of the first one and the second one, whichever one you felt is the best webinar. And then that would be your replay and up for like 24 hours. Because if that's going to be August 10th, you would want to get that out right away because the doors close on the 12th. So does that make sense?
Yep, that makes perfect sense.
So yeah, so then if August 5th is your first one, then yeah, you would want to have your first email go out July 27th to promote your webinars. So usually 7 to 10 days to promote the webinars. So you would have time that week before, July 19th, maybe to the 21st, or maybe it's the 20th to the 22nd, to do a 3-day challenge where then you would start promoting that like July 12th, 13th time. Okay. So yeah, so think about, what are you thinking for your challenge?
Well, I was actually thinking of like easy, just to kind of guide into this detox, is like easy meals, like summer, you know, themed meals, and get them cooking already, that and it gives them recipes and action to do something.
Yes. Oh, I love that. And just when you're planning the challenge, the biggest mistake I see health coaches make is they make it too complicated. So make sure it is easy wins, 3 to 5 days, and have a landing page so you are growing your email list there. And then you're also growing your email list with your webinars, because those are going to be the best ways to really get a lot of people in quickly.
Okay.
And do you have your lead magnet set up on 5 ways to kick the sugar habit?
I do. I think I sent that. Yes, but yes, I did. And I changed it so that it's generically detox. Yes. So that people just sign up. Yeah, because I had it initially as specific seasons, but I just changed it so that.
Okay, so you have, yeah, so that's wonderful. Like when people comment on your Instagram, to DM them and say, oh yeah, great, here, grab my freebie. This is going to be really helpful to you. Or here's a link to my challenge. Like, so right now you can start today, you got your PDF lead magnet, right? Start, direct messaging, get people on your list. Then you have the challenge, then you have your webinars, and then you have your detox. But all of this, every time you do this funnel, basically, you're just growing your list. So even if they don't buy this first time because they're going to be brand new to you, they may need a little more warm up. Then when they come to fall, they're like, oh yeah, that's right, Lauren. Yeah, okay, I get what she's doing here. And then, so you're just going to continue to grow your list. But the main thing that we need to remember as health coaches is that we always need to be list building. And when we're not launching, that's the most important time. So I love that schedule. How do you feel about that schedule?
Yeah, no, it feels better just to, I feel like I'm doing something at least right now, because I've been promoting my freebie on Instagram for the first time, which is also a lead magnet, and my Facebook group. So I'm trying to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Is that too much, do you think, to promote both? Okay. So I have a CTA for both my Instagram, and my freebie and my Facebook group right now.
The main thing is as much as you can direct message people, so it's personal, so that they actually take action, the better it can be. And do you have the link tree on your Instagram?
Yes, I have Socio Tap. So yes, same thing.
Okay. So I'm just gonna, I'm looking at Facebook right now, and yeah, Joanne says, hello, I'm all ears. And she said, thank you. And Diane was just asking, do you have parents that have college kids, because that's when they usually get ready for college. So in Minnesota, we do move-in college like August 30th. But what is your area? What is your typical time that would be move-in? Because I think Diane brings up a good question, a good thought, is you don't want to have it that there's a lot of people out of town, right? Yes. Nobody wants to do a detox when they're traveling. They can do it though.
They can, yes. I will definitely, after this call, I will definitely look to just to make sure that is the case, because my target market is actually empty nester, women anyway. So it doesn't really matter for me, for school wise, but I know that there's an energy around, schools and colleges, like regardless. So, and vacation, but I do think people take more vacations in August. So,
you need to, think about that. I feel that there is this, like, just like January is like a new year. The first week of September in Minnesota, because we cannot start schools until after Labor Day. That's one of our state laws. So September for us is another fresh start. Do you know when you're, just like psychologically, the people that you would be working with, would they be feeling like end of August is getting them ready for this fresh start of September coming soon?
Well, I also think about weather, because I feel like that's such an impact too. Well, I don't live in New Orleans. You can see from my wall that I have a huge market in New Orleans because I live there. And that is hurricane season too. That was kind of like why I questioned doing it in August initially, because I do have a lot of clients there. But I mean, it's easy to say yes in September, but then what you're saying, do a fall one closer to the holidays and then do a winter one in first thing January. Okay.
And when I've done that second week of September, I called it back to school, but because you're doing empty nesters, I don't think it really matters if you do August or September. What I don't want you to do is skip summer, because every time you launch, every time you do something, you're going to learn so much, and then you can refine it and repeat it the next time. But this time you're going to have your challenge figured out. You're going to have all the webinar, all the kinks figured out, so then you can grow and make it bigger the next time. So when you end up for January of 2022, I mean, can you imagine like how good that's going to feel to have a list that you not have just grown, but you haven't been nurturing them?
Yes. And Diane even said about a poll, and I think that's always a good idea. My Facebook group is still pretty small, but it's something I could definitely email people who are on my list, and there are plenty of people in there who have worked with me before or have done the detox as well. Okay.
And Renee was just asking, do you create a new Facebook group every time you do a new detox?
I do, just for the 5-day, but I keep it housed, and she's in that Facebook group, but the other one that I keep.
Okay, so you keep them open, but they're not active. Okay, I do the exact same thing, because you got some really good intel there that you can do some Facebook Lives, do some polls about what the dates are going to be. You guys are my VIPs. You're the ones that I want to make sure, because then they're involved, right? When you involve them in the decision, they feel like, oh, I need to sign up for Lauren's Detox because I told her these dates would work for me. So I need to go ahead and do that. But yeah, even having like just a few calls and just to talk about it, the more you can get people involved, the better. But I think you have a great plan. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's good. I think what I could just ask without saying anything about the detox is, who's going on vacation? Like, tell me the dates you're going, like, and just ask in general, so like, and it gives me an idea of where
I love that. In Minnesota, we do not do vacations at the end of August because it's so hot here. But you're in LA where it's beautiful all the time. Yes. And in New Orleans, think about if they are having a hurricane and it, what would they be like? Are most of the time they're mild and they're going to be at home during that time? But we don't know the levels, right? So I wouldn't have that stop you though, because there's always going to be something that we're going to go, oh, well, this is, it's hard. the thing is that if people really want to do a detox, they're going to go ahead and do it no matter what. And I think it's a great opportunity when I've done, like I just did the whole 30, and there were some challenges where, starting to go out to eat again. And I thought, what a great opportunity when you do that to learn about how to go out to eat when you're eating a certain way, right? It is harder. So if someone says, oh, I'm going to be gone one night, or I have something, it's like, oh, that's just a great way to teach yourself more.
I think it's flexibility. I mean, listen, it's only 5 days. It's only 5 days.
Anyone can do anything for 5 days. If I went 32 days without drinking alcohol in the summer, you could do 5 days. So, well, I would love, do you put this all together like on a Google Doc? Do you write it all up? Okay. So I would just re-watch this today, write down all the dates so that if your challenge is the 19th of July, that email needs to go out the 13th. So all steps of where you need to go to build up to that, to build up to the next thing.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you so much for this. And
yes.
Helpful too.
And thanks everybody on Facebook and on Zoom. And again, if you are interested in being coached live on one of our weekly Wednesdays, please let me know, because I think there's so much value in hearing from other health coaches that do something similar to you, so that we can learn. And there's been studies that we have more aha moments when we are being group coached. And I love that because I also group coach in a detox myself, and I have workshops done Academy. And so it's amazing that we don't have to work so hard on the individual side. We can make more per hour. And also our clients are getting bigger aha moments. So I'm always going to say yes and promote group programs. And I love the Detox program with Julia Sarver. So I'm glad that you're doing that as well. I think it's so professional, and it kind of sells itself a little bit. But, well, thank you, Lauren. I really appreciate you being here today. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in live. If you're watching the replay, make sure to say replay. And Lauren, do you have a link that you want to share? If anybody is interested in participating in your detox?
Oh my God.
You know what? Let me look, because I think I have it.
Here it is. I got it.
Okay.
Oops. Oh, you can, yeah.
Yeah, but why don't you put it in with the Zoom call, and then put it in with the Facebook Live, your link. So if anybody wants to get on Lauren's wait list for her detox for beginners, probably in August, that would be a fun time. I know I love doing other coaches programs, like this whole 30. I did it with a dietitian friend of mine, and I paid for it because it's nice to see how other people do it and get ideas for that as well. But all right, so post away, let Laura know if you can participate and support her. And all of the events for the weekly lives are under the events in our Facebook group, Workshop Support for Wellness Entrepreneurs. So I think it's next week that we're going to be talking about group programs and how to structure a group program. Actually, that might be in 2 weeks. Maybe next week is going to be about the 5 main habits for highly productive people. So I just got done reading Atomic Habits. I just have some great insights that I want to share, and some things that, mistakes that I do see with some in myself and some with some health coaches, that we need to just get rid of those habits. It's like eating junk food, right? We need to get rid of those. Same thing with productivity. So I hope you can join me next week. Take care, everybody. Thank you again, Lauren. Bye-bye.
So much.